The Immaterial Games Podcast with these guys.
I was laying there and I was thinking, oh my god, I'm warm. I opened my window, I've got a fan on me, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm warm.
Oh,
I woke up
jeez.
and I was like, I'm still warm.
Yeah, this is in the balmy 7 degrees outside. With wind chill that makes it feel like
I
3 degrees. But
I stuck my head out in the morning.
yeah.
That cool breeze that's flying by. I'm like, oh my god, that feels nice. And as soon as the breeze stopped, I was like, it's too warm.
Oh dear. Well, in that
Just
case,
imagine
speaking
half a naked guy sticking out of a window. That was me.
wow. Well, that's going to be something for people, right? With that thought in mind, welcome to the Immaterial Gamers podcast. We are talking about half naked people and overheating, so that's something to consider. This week, I'm going to say that we are battle royale games. So I'm Ryan. I'm the older of the battle royale games. So we'll go PUBG.
Oh, what do I have to be?
Stefan is Apex Legends, the new
thank
quirky
God for that.
trend that's slightly a bit over the top and stuff like that. And Darius, well, he's totally accurate Battlegrounds.
I'm happy. I'm happy with that. We just didn't
Yeah.
name the one out. I was going to say if you called me the one I didn't want to be called, I'd throw my headset on the floor and go to sleep.
The battle royale that shall not be named.
Yep.
Okay.
I would
Fair
happily have been the new COD one. Is it COD?
You would have been Blackout.
Yeah.
So who am I? One more
Um,
time.
Well, you're totally accurate Battlegrounds.
Which is
It's a battle royale game. It's called Totally Accurate Battlegrounds. It has little wibbly wobbly men like Friends Fall Flat.
okay.
And,
I
um,
never
well,
seen that one before.
Human Fall Flat, and it has a wall in it that's actually a stone wall, so it can actually crush you when the zone shrinks.
I just like the fact the one you called me is meant to be the killer of the one what should not be named.
Yeah, well, it's the new quirky one. Basically, if you want to combine the game that shall not be named and
Titanfall.
Overwatch,
It's
no, it's
also had
Titanfall
things-
without the Titans.
Yeah, it's Titanfall without the wall running and the
Yeah.
giant mechs.
Yeah. Speaking of that, before we move on to what's been played, did everyone has seen the request to EA and Respawn that some idiot sent to them, right? There's a character in the game called Gibraltar, and he's openly gay.
I'm okay with
The
that.
character in there is openly gay. From what I heard with the character list, there's 8 characters. 4 of them are just human. 2 are gay/lesbian. 1 is transgender, and the other's a robot. So we've pretty much got the diverse, the spectrum of characters. But this Gibraltar character has pissed someone off. So they sent a message to EA Respawn and went, guys, I love Apex Legends, and Gibraltar is my favourite character. I've recently found out that Gibraltar is gay. I main with him for 60 hours, and I really don't want to play with fags, so please can you reconsider? Thank you for your cooperation. And Twitter everywhere suggested one thing. Make all main characters gay. So, yeah, I call that backfire. Because, honestly, I don't care.
Yeah.
As long as I get the escapism of playing with someone, they can be whatever race they want, whatever gender they define themselves as. They can be a dog, a cat, a robot. They can be an amoeba on the ground. As long as the game is enjoyable and that can be characterized, sure, go with it. I know the other argument on that was that people were saying, yeah, but shouldn't characters be a blank slate?
No.
Yeah, well,
A
this is the
character
problem.
should be
Every
something you can-
blank slate in video games at the moment is a jacked up, roid-raged white dude with blonde hair.
A character in a video game is something you should be able to relate to.
Yeah.
So
As-
that
as-
guy
as-
who's maining as Gibraltar, he's relating to him somehow.
Yeah, he's relating to him, and he can try and do the macho bro thing of, oh, but he's gay. Oh no, but he obviously relates to him for him to be playing him for 60 hours. That's 60 hours of a game that's only been out for
He
3
must be
days.
like seeing it. He must be like seeing his butt.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Actually, it dropped on Tuesday last week, didn't it? Tuesday. So, by the time this podcast comes out, the game will have been out for a week. So, Yeah. So, but based on that and that little diversion of PUBG game that shall not be named, Battle Royale. There we go. That's what I was thinking of. So we go from that and we go to
What's being played?
and I reckon there's going to be 3 people here saying that at not one point have any of them actually played Apex Legends. So
Nope.
will you prove me right first?
Well, I have not played yet Apex Legends. However, I really
Okay.
want to try it.
I actually, you know what? So do I. It's probably the first battle royale other than PUBG that I actually want to try.
Might be interesting, especially if we
Yeah.
team up with 3 of us.
Yeah, we could squad up
Yeah,
and see what goes on.
sounds like a good plan to me.
I was hoping to kill you.
Oh. Yeah, well, they don't do private games yet, I don't think. But we could
So I
always
need
we
a
could always
private
do that.
game.
I'm surprised we could all, if they do launch private games for everyone at that point, it'd be weird to just do a 6-person PUBG or something like that. Just this massive map and no one around.
I believe you can do that on the one what should not be named.
Yes, I believe you can. I believe you can make board games out of that as well. So maybe we probably won't admit playing it, but we may try it. But anyway, Darius, what have you been playing, sir?
I've been playing some Destiny 2.
Oh, Destiny 2.
Yeah, good old
Should we
Destiny
just get this out of the way that all of us have played Destiny 2?
2. Yeah,
Yeah, over the week I'd say that we have.
it's. I think that's the only kind of game which we kind of tend to keep playing from like at least on a weekly basis.
Yeah.
I would not say daily basis, but weekly basis.
I play daily.
I play every couple of days.
Yeah.
Got them daily bounties, bitch. Get them out of the way.
That is true.
Also, I've been playing some Knowledge is Power.
Oh, Knowledge is Power. Is that the PlayLink
Yes,
quiz
it is.
game for the PS4?
It is.
You've not been getting that far then, have you?
It is. I've played one of we've had few games like 5 days ago, and I've had few games yesterday. And
how far you
yesterday I kind of went, how stupid we are, because there was 6 of us playing that game. And the first question we answered was the 5th question. So you've gone through, 3 questions, bonus round. 4th question without points. And then on the 5th one, we literally
What were the
scored
questions?
something. I don't really remember them at the
What is
moment.
the capital of England? It's E!
they were like kind of like political geographic questions which we
Will
foolishly
England get a
failed.
deal or no deal? Find out in the next box.
Who knows?
Let's see if the banker phones up.
Oh God, yeah, we should just solve Brexit by playing a big game of deal,
Deal
or
or
no
no
deal.
deal.
So there's 22 boxes, all with 22 different types of deals in it.
And
then-
one
and then the
with a
person-
no deal.
Yeah. Yeah, so there's the
or
Power
should be
5.
21 with no deal and just one with a deal.
Yeah.
I think that's what.
No, I think it should be like, no deal should be the middle one. And then it gets deals that get better for Britain, and then deals that get worse for Britain. And so it's like, you got a 50-50 chance we either want a no deal or a good deal. Because if we get a no deal or a bad deal, we're fucked.
And I'm just like picturing, I wonder if I can get the sound effects of the deal or no deal phone and just put it in the podcast. Maybe. But you hear the phone ring, and Noel Edmonds picks up the phone and he's like speaking to the banker, except it's not actually the banker. It's like Donald Tusk or something like
It's Theresa May.
like the leader. Right, so he's right. Okay. So you're offering Mrs. May. You're offering that. Okay, cool. Okay, that's great. Okay, the banker has phoned and he said he's offering you a special place in hell for not figuring this out sooner. Is that deal or no deal? And then it just cuts to the break, and then cliffhangers. We never see it again due to a riot. But so you're having
Due to the vote on
question
Brexit.
problems. yeah. So you're having knowledge problems in Knowledge is Power then.
Well, for the first game, yeah, definitely.
What about the second
we
game?
just found it hilarious. Like we could not answer the question. There was also the questions about the food.
Like, I really want a question.
Yeah. Well,
Which of the foods are not Mexican food?
okay.
Apparently, you're supposed to select tortilla de something, and we choose, I don't know, we choose everything apart from that one.
Wait, hold on. Tortilla's not Mexican.
Apparently, it's not.
Oh.
It's not just tortilla. It's tortilla de something.
Oh, so like an actual meal.
Yes. So that's not
Okay.
Mexican. So that's one that we failed.
Fair enough.
Well,
I actually have that somewhere. I should actually play it at some point.
but the most important thing which I was playing is Creep Wars.
Oh,
You
I
been-
saw you playing this on Discord. Creeper World.
Oh, Creeper World.
Is
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you've got few different few parts of this game, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. I've watched streams of this before.
It
them,
started like a simple game on Miniclip website.
Yeah.
It was completely different than what it is right now.
Mm.
But the main objective of the game is you have to defend your base and shoot a creep, which is like a liquid thing.
Yeah. It's like a little blue liquid, isn't it, that just takes over.
Takes over and kill everything instantly. Consumes. Yeah, so that's kind of what I was playing.
Okay.
The idea is you have to have a much more stronger economy
Hmm.
than expenses on, let's call it, war, on the battle.
Yeah.
Okay.
So as long as you can maintain this, you're guaranteed to win.
Okay.
There are also some funny scenarios, like one of the earliest ones is you're being shot at from space, so you have to build like a missiles, so you can protect your base, your territory, and it's all based on like a link sequence economy. I'm not sure how to say it.
Yeah.
So everything has to be linked to work, because you cannot just build a turret in the middle of nowhere if you don't have a link connections to the base,
Yeah.
because the base can produce the ammo.
But then, like each like little bit can only link so far as well, from
Yes.
what I remember. So it was
Yes.
like, so you had to sort of strategically place them around the map to, cause the creep to
Not overrun
not take
you.
over. Yeah. But yeah, I remember watching old Creeper World footage on a loading ready run stream. Actually, one of the co-owners of that, Paul, is a big Creeper World fan. And just remember, it's just weird. It's how peaceful that game can be, considering the threat of destruction on it that the game and the story produces.
Yeah, well, it's like it's very, I don't know. It doesn't require you a lot of thinking. Yes, you do need a strategy to it to win. However, it's nothing to get frustrated about, because even if you lose, you're like meh, whatever. I will do it again. And especially I like it, especially when I I want to listen to like a new music album. So I switch the whole volume from the game off, listening to the new album, and instead of just listening to the album, can place few turrets now and then.
Cool. So, Steph, did you have something to say there?
Oh no, I'm just finding questions from Knowledge is Power.
Oh, right, okay. Fair enough. So, Destiny 2, Knowledge is Power, and Creeper World, and its various sequels and stuff.
Yeah.
And, Steph, what have you been playing, other than Destiny 2?
Pokemon Go.
Pokemon Go.
Yep.
I thought you were going to end up playing, like, JC Go, to be honest.
I was considering it. I did tell you that yesterday.
Yeah. So now that you're actually playing it properly, how's it going?
Play it properly. I play it on the tram to work and tram home.
Yeah, so playing it properly.
Yeah, my bags are constantly full.
Ah, yes. The good old storage problem.
And I had a gym for about 2 hours today.
Oh, you had a gym.
Yeah, the one right outside my house.
Oh, perfect. So it's nice that you've got a gym that's like straight outside your house. I've got to do a walk for at least 3 minutes.
Yeah, the only thing is, I'm the only one in the area that's my colour team. The one in front of my house gets taken by blue, yellow, blue, yellow, blue, yellow, and it's like I just come along as the only red going, I'll have it now!
Oh, I've realised I've got a perfect idea. So I live about, let's say, 5 minutes from a supermarket that closes, like a lot of places, on Sunday trading hours at 4 p.m.
Okay.
Now, when they close that shop, they close the tunnel, and the only way to actually get up to the gym is either trespass into the car park or take the gym before the shop shuts at 4. And then the moment the shop shuts, like I say, unless you're trespassing in the car park, you've got that gym for at least 12 hours.
Well, the only thing I found really weird is who the hell wants to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning to do a goddamn raid?
Yeah.
On my way to work, the amount of alerts I get. Oh, a raid is about to begin. It's like, who the fuck wants to do the raid at 5:45 in the morning? Go to hell.
Go to bed.
I'm on it. I'm only up because I'm on my way to work.
Yeah. That being said, do you ever see any joggers who just jog up to a gym?
Oh, I think there's
break
quite
their
a lot
entire
of them.
practice?
I think there's ones that run around it a bit.
Yeah.
They'll pretend they're on the phone, getting music or something like that while I'm running around a certain spot. So there's a gym there.
Yeah, we know you're capturing a spoink.
We know you're trying to capture that raid Pokemon.
Yeah. So what are your best Pokemon at the moment then?
Pikachu.
No. A Starmie.
Yep.
And the evolution of Spike, which I can't remember the name.
Oh, Grumpig.
Yeah, Grumpig. He's my strongest at the minute because I evolved him and just got rid of all my other Spikes and went, in it goes!
Yep.
Right now
Yeah,
I'm working on a Combustion.
Got 2 Articunos.
Oh, at least you got legendaries. There, fuck off.
Just do the daily research. You'll at the 7th day you're guaranteed an encounter with a legendary.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So that's the thing to do for that. So other than Pokemon Go, have you been playing anything else?
Playing a bit of Dungeon Defenders too, but not much.
Not much.
Oh, I played Hitman 2 with you.
Ah, yeah, you did. Oh yeah, I was gonna. That could link into what I've been playing. Yeah, so we played both the multiplayer modes that they currently have on that game.
I am bad at that game.
So there's the Sniper Assassin.
I wasn't bad at.
Yeah, which is more the cooperative mode on that. You're at a fixed location. You have to eliminate your targets without them escaping, and additional conditions as well. So we've only played the first map at the moment.
But I think we should do it again anyway and get the rest of the tasks.
Oh, yeah,
Like the
'cause
rubber
there's
ducks,
tons of 'em.
the doves.
Yeah, maybe shooting the parachutist out the sky.
Yeah.
Or the beer bottles that are next to the parachutist. I think that's probably what it is.
I shot one of them.
Oh, did you?
Yep.
Oh.
I shot it and he was sat there looking around like, where the hell did that come from? It's like, yeah, mate, you jump now.
I like the fact that we nearly did that silently. We had two bodyguards left. And then it went, but we'd already took out our primary targets at that point, so we couldn't fail. That was good. But the other mode that we played was Ghost mode, and I reckon at that point, Steph, if you played the Miami map a bit more, you would be.
What?
You would
Do you
be
mean if I
alright
played
on
the
that.
game a bit more and not, I did a trial? Let's play.
Yeah, basically, the Miami map is the first map on Hitman 2, or the first main story map of Hitman 2, so you get a bit of an idea. Speaking of on that, there is actually an elusive target on there that we should try and take on at some point. It's called the Fugitive. Looks like we don't know anything other than the fact that he's wearing a white kimono.
Okay.
So that'll be in. But that's the good old classic elusive target of the moment you commit to taking the person on, if you get caught and you die, you fail.
Okay.
So if you end up in combat, you fail.
We
so
also
you can
need to do the weekly strike in Destiny, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, Quick Play Crucible is so much better to get your stats up for the quest.
Okay.
I went from 25% in one match to 45. 20%. Because all you have to do is stick with your team. You hit them once, as your team member kills them, you've got an assist. You got a point. And if you kill them, that's just an extra point, and it's like, oh, hallelujah.
Oh yeah, you were mentioning that, but yeah, you will get that last word eventually.
Oh, yeah, you've got that, and you've got the other one I need as well for the Will of Cade. Well, the winner. I need to do precision
what, for the Ace
shots.
of Spades?
Yeah. I have to do 25? I think I've done 7.
Yeah, it's land final blows with a hand cannon in Crucible.
No, precision shots in
Oh, is it
Crucible.
precision shots? Oh great, so not even final blows, it's got to be a precision final blow.
Yep, precision.
Oh.
Which is annoying as it is with a hand cannon, so you know when you shoot it, if you automatically shoot again, it's a little bit too high.
Recoil dampening.
Yeah.
It's the only thing
Which
I
that
can think
means
of.
I need a new handgun for that.
Well,
That it has that as an option to choose.
Yes.
I
Because
think
the
we
one at
can
the minute I
all.
use for explosive rounds.
I think we can all agree on the fact that some of the quests are so hard on Destiny.
Oh no, some of the quests aren't that hard. It's the fact we don't play PvP that much. I would love it if there was an option like do the PvP way, which is going to be dead, which could be easy, or you have to do this long ass route around it. Let's say kill 3,000 fucking enemies of a certain type on a certain planet. I'd rather do that than go to do PvP. It'll take me longer to do that than it would me just to learn PvP and do it. But the PvP of the game does not entertain me that much. I'll make it so you can do it in Gambit. Because Gambit I find more interesting than all the PvP in that game.
Yeah, and that's the thing, there's a lot of bounties that count for Crucible and Gambit.
Yes.
So it's like, it works. That way, though, it looks like the next expansion for Destiny 2 seems to be Gambit focused, or at least around the Drifter anyway. So, Joker's Wild, I believe it's called. So, we'll
That's
see.
probably why we've got them things off him recently.
Maybe. But speaking of ghosts, ghost mode.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
it's
Villager Ryan, calm down.
I like my segues. Anyway, the competitive mode of Hitman. Like rather than a competitive mode though where you have to kill each other, a competitive mode where you have to kill your targets before your opponent. I kind of like. If it can be done in more maps, that'd be great. It's currently in a beta testing phase at the moment on the Miami map.
You're not allowed to talk about the score.
So a game happened, and we.
The important thing is I lost and Ryan won.
Yeah, I guess. But I just kind of like it. So you both get given the same target, and you both exist in your own separate instances
I think
of
that's
the game.
the thing that baffled me a bit more. It's like, oh, you went that way and I've gone that way. Yeah, I got spotted by someone, and it's like, how did you not get spotted?
Yeah.
You bastard. Even though I was dressed up in a giant flamingo suit, but...
Oh, the flamingo is the most awesome disguise on there. Particularly for that map as well. But yeah, so it's like you have your own things, and what your opponent does doesn't affect your game. So you could, like it shows in the tutorial, you could set off an IED and destroy half the place. That wouldn't affect my game. So how it works that way. But then it's a race to 5 unnoticed kills.
And I really didn't like... I wish you could see what the disguises were when you went to them things. Because you got into the box and all you got was disguise. It's like, what disguise? Is it going to help me in this point, or is it going to cripple? And every time I picked it up, it crippled me.
Yeah, did you not have it say underneath what the name of the disguise was?
No, it just said disguise. hit this button to get it.
No, because it should tell you what it disguises as. Because
I
like
didn't notice
underneath
it
the
anyway.
bold disguise, there's like a little bit that'll just say security guard or stuff like that. But it follows the rules of the games in that sort of like higher.
And I want to
known
ask one question about the
disguises.
disguises.
Mm.
The first disguise I found was the Prince disguise. Yeah, you
The
couldn't.
Sheik.
Yeah, you're not allowed in the VIP lounge.
No, the Sheik is, from what it looks like, the Sheik is for the research building on the other side.
Yeah.
So you could go through the public areas of the race, and then go across to the
But you'd
research
think
building.
if a prince was there, as the security guards at the VIP were going at, hi Prince, whatever his name was. I'm afraid you're not allowed in it, and it's like, well, why? He's basically a prince. He's a fucking VIP.
Yeah.
To me, a prince is a VIP.
Yeah, it works on different bits though, because that's the whole sort of idea with that game. It's like, yeah, it's a VIP lounge. In this instance, it's a VIP lounge for
A lot of it was
racers
drivers.
and
Yeah, I
race
was about
teams.
to say drivers and teams and
It's like one
The
of those that
mascot,
you'll have noticed that
who could almost
you
go
could get
anywhere.
you could get like a team mechanics outfit,
Yeah, I got
and
that.
that would allow you in the VIP area and the race thing, but at the same time it would only allow you in your driver's lounge and your pit. So it's actually I like how it's clever how some work like that, and even then you're not guaranteed to be unnoticed because they
True.
have enforcers,
And
people
some of
who
the
know
people
that you
kind of,
shouldn't be there.
or they were looking at you going, I don't recognise your face. Who are you? And then you walk off and it's like, hold on a minute. It's like,
Yeah.
nope, run.
I like that with the trespassing mechanic as well, and that because they have trespassing and they have hostile areas. So if you're in a trespassing area and you get caught, they'll just go, "What are you doing here? You shouldn't be here. Here, I'll show you the way
follow
out."
me, and then they lead you out.
Yeah. If you then run off like a madman, then they'll be alerted to your presence. But you know,
What, like
and then
me?
the hostile
I
areas, they'll just shoot on sight.
I hid in a hamper for like 5 minutes and went, bugger this, I'm getting out. They were still stood there looking at the hamper, and I thought, bugger this, I'm getting out. And all I got was, what are you doing in here? I'll show you the way out. And I was like, okay, I've just hiding in that hamper for 20 minutes. You're not going to question that.
Oh no, it's great. But before we played our sniper assassin game as well, some of the stuff you should try out the escalation missions as well, because they're just hilarious sometimes. Like
So,
I don't know if I told you about the one with the fish.
No.
So it's like one that's set on the last map of the game, which is some castle fortress, and you're in a masquerade ball style outfit, which should normally only allow you access to a party in the beginning part of the map. But you're in a prison cell, which means in that disguise you're hostile to everyone. Absolutely everyone. And given that these escalation missions, they have 3 different difficulty levels. You complete one, you can then do the more difficult one, and they have complications.
It's like,
And
one will be like killing with certain weapons and shit like that.
Yeah.
And then it adds a new target. Oh, kill this one by this with an axe, but you have to now kill this one with this.
Yeah. So I think that's the one that seems like one in a cocoa field or something like that. And like the complication on that one is leave the bushes for more than 10 seconds at a time and you'll fail the mission.
Yeah, that is that one.
So you have to continue. The level 3 one on that is ridiculous because I use the helicopter escape all the time on that, and the level 3 complication
it takes
disables that as the
You have to go for the car.
Yeah, so you have to go for the other one. So this one was changing disguise other than your starting disguise will fail the mission. So you're having to constantly lure people away. And the other thing is that you must get the fish and you pacify your target with the fish. So it's a silent attack unnoticed with a wet, stinking fish.
Wait, is this just knock them out with the smell of fish?
No, you just whack them round the head with this fish.
And they just
just
keel
a-
over. And
Yeah, they'll just keel over and then be
enough.
unconscious, and then you just dump them wherever. But the escalations for that increase the amount of civilians you need to knock out with the fish. So the first level is just the target. The second level is 5 people and the target, and then the third one, which I decided fuck that to, was 10 people and the target.
The whole party.
Yeah, to a point, and then you still must escape without getting blown to smithereens as well. But I do like those, and there was one on the original Hitman where it was like you had to remain in a clown suit and like kill your targets with a lead pipe. But you know, nothing beats though knocking out a target with a cheeseburger. Yes.
Tell you what I did a lot when we were playing it. I was just throwing knives and shit at them. It's like I'll stand here where no one else can see me, and I throw a knife straight at the guy.
Yeah. Well, one of the assassinations of the game I tried with a shuriken, which didn't work.
Because that's how I did my first in the tutorial. It's like kill this person. I thought, okay, they're coming upstairs. No. And so I just stood at the top. I just stood at the top of the thing with a kitchen knife and went, yeah. Threw it at them. They went, she's been killed. Search the premises. And then I hid in a hamper that was right behind me. Watched the security guard walk past, and I just walked out.
Yeah, just like nothing's ever happened.
Yeah,
all right,
nothing
gentlemen,
happened,
I should have been here. Yeah, I've got me AK-47. I naturally went. Oh no, wait, you're all wielding FAMASs.
I only had a silencer.
You had your silver ballers.
Yeah, that's all I had.
Typical. No, so me and Steph had fun with Hitman 2 in different ways. But yeah, other than that, I was playing.
Is there a co-op like?
There isn't an actual co-op level-based mission.
The snipering thing.
Yeah, so Sniper Assassin is the sort of thing. You know, if you want that, ask IO Interactive for it. They probably will do it. I mean, they're getting close with Ghost Mode, so
yeah,
it'd be interesting. Maybe even do it a bit like one of the co-op missions on Sniper Elite did. Is that one of you was a sniper, so you couldn't go down and do the ground-based objectives, but you could like snipe away to your heart's content. The other person was the ground guy, who only had a machine gun on them, and they had to do all the objectives. And the guy on the ground could see all the targets, and the sniper had to have them all called out to him. So
that's nice.
Yeah, because the guy on the ground would be the spotter.
Yeah, I think that's what they called it, sniper and spotter, or commando or something like that. But yeah, they could do that. They could, to be honest, probably do that in. I don't think it would work as well in Hitman.
No.
But maybe because of the fact that it's generally only 2 targets you want to take out, and with the Hitman trend of doing it without anyone noticing.
I think the thing with Hitman would probably be good. Would be something like the Ghost one, but where you're both in the same map, you both interact with everything, where you could go interact with something to distract other people away from your target, while the other one goes gets the target. Yeah, basically, you'll be the distraction. You'll basically help in that type of farm.
It could work like that, and with the way that the story's going in it, I don't want to spoil anything yet, but the way that the story's going on it could lead to that in the future.
By the way, I will probably not be playing the story of it. I tend to only play co-op games or things with other people recently.
You should give the other missions a try, because they're big missions.
It's not the fact that I don't want to do it, it's more the fact I'd lose interest in things where there isn't other players. Which I find very fat. It's like I can sit there and play The Sims. I get bored of it very quick nowadays. Dragon Age, I've started getting bored of that really quick because there is no other player there for me to like talk with or bounce off or anything like that. While if I play Dungeon Defenders or Destiny or anything like that, I can just join a random person and just fucking bounce off them like a lunatic.
Yeah. I think that's where the other game I've been playing would help in mind for that then, because I went through the Humble Monthly again, and after striking gold with Aero, I've looked at another game on there called Full Metal Furies. It's a game by the guys who made Rogue Legacy, which is
I don't think I even played
good
that.
little game. So it's a roguelike game where the unique selling point of it is that when you die, an ancestor of yours will then try to take on the castle afterwards with your inheritance, and they all have random little traits. Like sometimes they'll gain a positive trait and a negative trait. So like they gain a positive, they've got more strength, so they'll attack stuff. The problem is they're tiny, so they can't jump very well. So it's like bits like that, and then there's stuff like some of them are ridiculous. Like one has dyslexia, so it just means on all the item descriptions, all the letters are jumbled up.
Oh, so it's basically a decryption for you if you are.
Yeah. Or there's one where...
Imagine if the person who's actually playing that person is dyslexic and he just sees it like normal. It says this! How the fuck do you know it says that? I can read it!
Yeah, so they suffer from colour blindness as well, as one of the traits, so that just the game will be played in monochrome.
Oh, so, and then I'm assuming it'll probably also go, now cut the red wire. There's green and red here, what's red?
Not quite, but yeah, I get what you mean. It does make it a little bit complicated when it says, right, you need to go to the red room. But then there's like what other traits did they have? I was one where just if they get hit, they swear.
No, that's not bad.
That's it. Just swear bubble
When
come
you
out.
get hit, you have Tourette's.
Oh god, there's a whole bunch of others, but that's the thing. But they made this sequel, and it's nothing like Rogue Legacy. It's a 4-person cooperative RPG. That's also a little combat game. So you play as this all-female squad called the Furies, and it's in an alternative universe where like gods still existed, and so it's modern day, but gods just jump down, try to decide they want to reclaim Earth. So you're fighting these titans and trying to get rid of them, but each girl has a different character trait, or is a different class. So you've got a fighter, she just walks around with a giant hammer. Engineer, makes stuff and shoots. The sniper, the tank, she's just wielding armor and just very hard to knock down. And so it's just, I think I mentioned 4. That's them. And yeah, the idea is that you work together to combo moves off each other to destroy the enemies and get through each level.
I like the sounds of that.
And they all have their own tech trees as well, and weapons and stuff that you can mix up. And the idea is that it can be played couch co-op, so you can just have 4 people local. It can be played online as a party of 4, or it can be played solo, where you switch between 2 characters, so you just have a party of 2. And the way that they force that cooperation is that you can work together and score combos based off each other's attacks. So like one of the sniper's abilities is that she can just place a landmine and then trigger it, and it knocks the character up in the air, and then another character can then shoot it while in the air and they'll score a combo. The other way that they do it is enemies in the game have coloured barriers, and each character can only destroy their matching colour barrier. So it's a way of forcing players to take out what they can and work together while doing it. But with the fact that it can be played online, it's a possible play session material. We'll say that. But yeah, I've tried it. It looks fun, and if anyone else wants to try it, we can try it at some point.
Yeah.
Why have none of us got Ultimate Chicken Horse?
I don't know why none of us have got Ultimate Chicken Horse.
Danny does. So does mine.
Martin's got Ultimate Chicken Horse.
Yep.
Wow, I'll have to have a word with him about that. But yeah, until that point, that's the games that we've been playing. So it is now
News time.
So we will move on with the news. So we'll go with one of Steph's ones first. In fact, we might go with both of Steph's ones first. Let me link them there. The first one is the PS5 heavy rumor from T3.com. They're a future publishing thing, so the guys behind PC Gamer and all that stuff. But they've got an analyst who's spoke to Bloomberg, the big business channel, as stating that because of the way that Sony's stocks and shares look at the moment, it signals that there's going to be a high chance that PS5 will come out before March the 31st, 2020. I know, right?
I don't know.
It's a very, very Nostradamus-style soothsay. And
they're also putting this is the same thing that happened with Nintendo's Switch and the PlayStation 2.
Yeah, this is the idea that this guy basically says, oh yeah, there's slowing growth, and based on market trends, whenever there's slowing growth, they need to release a new console. I'm like, I don't need to be an advisor for that.
I do like with the thing right underneath that though. Like, oh, come out in the early 2000s, maybe in the March. And however, the company provides 2 console release dates in November.
Yeah.
The PlayStation 2, the PlayStation 3, and PlayStation 4 both came out in November.
Yeah.
Because they came out in November for Christmas.
Yeah.
Because that's
which
the highest.
I think the PlayStation 5 will do as well. It'll come out December.
Either
It'll
this
come out in
year-
November 2020. It's not gonna come out this year. It'll come out 2020.
Yeah. It's just also like to note to confirm that Sony have not said a thing regarding these rumours going so far. What I have known, I spoke to Stefan and Dariusz before the podcast about this as well, that T3 they're not helping on the rumour brigade because of a giant video in the middle of the article that says PS5 official trailer. However, it comes from a channel called Signature Doomery, which has 11,000 subscribers. Now, granted, that is 1,000 times as many subscribers as we currently have. However,
That's by
it's not Sony, so how can it possibly be an official trailer?
But it is saying everything Sony has put it as so far. That it'll have no discs. It's going to be a streaming based console.
So it could be just as bad as the Mad Box at this point.
Oh yeah.
But still, like I say, Sony will have their own.
It's a rumor, so don't take it for granted.
Yeah.
It
Basically will.
Well, the truth is, it will happen sooner or later.
Yeah, it will. It will. We'll get some
as
official
long
news.
As long as Sony and that don't start charging more than what you would get it in a store, I won't give a damn.
Yeah. Well, we're getting close to E3 season again anyway, aren't we? In a few months' time, so we'll get something. Even if Sony, like we said, they confirmed that they're not going to E3, but that doesn't stop them having their own event.
I would not be surprised if Sony will charge like £600 for the PlayStation 5.
Oof. Just prohibitive. That is prohibitive.
Well,
I mean, at that point,
what was the price of PlayStation 3 on the beginning?
I think PlayStation 3 still came out around 400.
No, it was 500-600.
Was it really?
Was it?
Yeah, I think so. Original price was very close to it.
Let's have a look at this. So we're looking at the PS4 original price. No, in 2013 when it came out, it was £349 in the UK.
Okay.
So
It
it was
wasn't that
actually £80 cheaper than the Xbox One at the time, which was £429.
The
at its
PlayStation
original
3
price.
when it first came out was about 300, 400, 500.
Yeah, it's actually Sony went. They made their. If I remember right on this, they made a point of making their consoles at a loss. It was an actual business plan to lose money on the consoles, because the money that they get from the games side of things would subsidise. And in terms of that, I reckon that's the correct way of going about it. Nintendo are kind of going that way as well with the Switch.
Yeah,
But it's the pre-owned market that excludes people a little bit from Nintendo games.
I'd love to have a Mario game that's not fucking 60 odd quid.
Yeah.
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 No matter how long it's been out, it's going to be 60 odd quid.
Yeah. So I'll just quickly having a look at this. I was having a look at this Apex Legends story and probably going to move it because it is basically just a review of Apex Legends. However,
it was more the fact that EA brought out this just like weeks before they bring out.
Respawn, who made Titanfall's first game in 2 years, is a battle royale game which is a more popular. It's probably one of the most popular genres at the moment. Like you say, 2 weeks before Anthem comes out.
So I think this is what took people a bit. It's like EA competing against themselves.
Yeah. And that is, that could be, that could be considered a problem.
So they kind of shooting themselves in the leg.
That, or they're trying to go, well, we'll get everyone for this, but at the same time with Anthem, we'll get everyone from this. So they're hoping to hit two different lots of people. Because you think of it, a lot of people who play the Rumble games probably aren't playing things like Destiny, while
No.
Anthem is more aimed at the people who are playing Destiny
Yeah.
than the people who are playing things like Blackout and shit like that.
I mean, yeah, it is a different strategy by EA in trying to get the things going. So, we'll see how it works out for them. Anthem comes out to
This week?
Origin Premier subscribers. Yeah, this
13th.
week.
I believe it's 13th.
So basically not long after the podcast comes out.
Yeah.
So there's that. Or the 15th, I think they said. We've got the picture somewhere.
Oh, hold on. I'll check my Origin.
think
I have
we put the
access.
picture. February 15th.
The 15th?
It's on the Ways to Play Anthem grid.
I can preload it on the 13th.
So basically
can
next
play it on the
Friday.
I can play it on the 14th. I can get it down on the 13th. I can download it.
Yeah. So there's the option. Tempted, by the way. Very tempted. I was looking at Premiere.
I don't like the model how they're releasing the game. It's either release the game for everyone or don't.
Now, just remember this. This is probably the EA tactic. The game was always scheduled, I bet. The game was always scheduled to come out on the 15th.
Yeah.
But then they delay it, then bring it back to the 22nd, and then go, but if you buy this game early, you get the early thing. It's this keeps coming back. And I say, I'm a fan of Jim Sterling and his work. There we go. That's the thing. He did an episode this week on the fear of missing out and how publishers use that marketing tactic to drive pre-orders.
Yes. I will not deny it.
And one of the examples that you would use on that is what happened with Battlefield 5, where they had a release date. Call of Duty was announced. They delayed it by a week, and yet then offered a pre-order, or like they delayed it by some time, but then offered people pre-ordering, and they get early access to the game, which conveniently happened to be the original release date of the product.
Yeah, but then you could always look at that and go, if Sony gives the company more money, there's times where like Sony gets the game before every other console. And it's like, well, that's not fair on everyone else who has that console and not that console. But Sony's paid for that extra to have that privilege to make their players go, oh, I want it for that then. Because I'll get it early.
We've got to say that's different from the paid exclusive. That's a different sort of marketing tactic altogether.
You say that, but when Sony normally does something like that, it's normally, but look, if you pre-order it now, you get it on this early date, but you also got all this early shit.
Yeah, there is that. I mean, they're all, all behind it, but still, yeah, the whole early access thing is a bit. It's not early access if you're giving people, or if you're telling people to spend a bit more money and they got the date that it was due to come out in the first place.
See,
regardless of how
Premier.
far you've delayed it afterwards.
I've got Premier, but I got it for other games as well.
Yeah, no, Premier, that's the sort of different sort of idea, but yeah, still, that's where we sort of go on that one. So yeah, EA, we'll see how you can possibly nearly screw this up. But you know what? Bethesda haven't screwed anything up this week, so that must mean it's Activision's fault. So we've got a couple of Activision stories. I'll start with the smaller one and we'll move to the bigger one.
I'm sure
the smaller one.
If you like, while you're doing that, I'm sure I can find something that happened in Fallout this week.
You could probably find something, maybe. You know what? Double check to see whether the Bethesda counter needs to be lifted off. But for now, GameSpot have announced or did a news piece 2 days ago that stated that Activision are issuing voluntary refunds for Guitar Hero Live in the US only.
Okay. An hour ago. It's already something wrong just an hour ago with Fallout 76.
Breaking news.
There's now a bug in the game that is putting people inside the vault of 63.
Whoops. It's a bug. It's it's not massive. It's not like they've said,
wait,
we'll
they'll probably
make
say,
you
"Oh,
a
look,
canvas
people who are
bag."
getting in now are getting banned."
Oh,
Let's find out if that's happening, shall we?
yeah. Well, we'll see what happens over the next little bit. But I'll carry on talking about this GameSpot story anyway. Then, so Guitar Hero Live came out 3 years ago. And anyone who purchased Guitar Hero Live after December 2007 is eligible for a refund. They haven't stated why, but they just stated that you can. As long as you've got proof of purchase, then yeah, they will refund the game to you. This is based on the fact that they apparently, well, what a surprise, Guitar Hero Live fell short of expectations in terms of its sales, and the problem with this was there was a massive... The selling point was twofold. So there was the first bit, the live portion of the game, where you played the songs to a live action group of fans at a concert, and based on your performance they would either cheer or boo at you and throw crap at you. And then there was Guitar Hero TV, which was a bit like... Basically, it was like if you wanted to watch MTV... Oh, sorry, no. It's like if you wanted to watch a music channel, but rather than just listen to the music, you could play the music. That was what Guitar Hero TV was.
Yeah, something like
But 2 months ago, they shut that service down. They just shut it. So that means rather than having 223 songs you could play, you can now only play 23 songs.
Yay!
And coupled with the fact that there were microtransactions in the game that allowed you to allowed you to play the songs on Guitar Hero TV without waiting for them to appear on the TV service. Yeah, it's probably pissed people off. And it led to the developer, Freestyle Games, being sold off by Activision, not before losing most of their employees, and now being bought by Ubisoft. So hopefully they could get them in the Rocksmith games and maybe, try and get that going. But yeah, that just means that Activision are probably, this is the opinion of the GameSpot article, the decision to refund the game might be intended to head off any potential class action lawsuits. But yeah, this is where games as a service gets you. You are basically paying an exorbitant amount of money.
If you shut down the service, if they shut down the service, you are out of the game.
They shut down the service, and you're left with a £60 game that you bought that might as well just be furniture. But yeah, I find it funny that Activision are just hemorrhaging money like this when there was rumours of news of their new CFO getting a $15 million bonus. For what? I don't know. For being there? For saying hello to the other members of the board? Because we move on to the other Activision Blizzard news. That they're preparing for layoffs.
Oh no!
On Tuesday, or today, when this podcast comes out. So, yeah. I mean, they were told. I mean, this has all come forward. I mean, let's think of it this way. This is all working together towards something massively wrong at Activision Blizzard. Shutting down Heroes of the Storm as a development prospect and cocking up the esports scene for that game. Slightly related news, the esports team Liquid have basically just said, no, we're not having a Heroes of the Storm team anymore. And the team manager at that point, went and said, you could have told us, shutting it down, we could have planned for this. If you announced that you were shutting it down, we could have planned for this. The fact that you just did it and removed all prize support screwed the whole esports scene for that particular group of people. The dozens, hundreds of teams
exactly, because the people
working
are
on that tournament.
They are dedicated. They're spending loads of hours playing those certain games, isn't it?
Yeah.
And without telling them on time, it's just they spend, let's say, the past 3 months getting ready for the next tournament, which never
for a
going to
tournament
happen.
that now has no prize support.
Yeah.
Or not even a tournament at that point, because they got rid of
Exactly.
They got rid of Heroes of the Dawn, didn't they? So, and that was a good prospect as well. Right, okay, guys, do this esports game, and if yous win, we will give you scholarships for education. That, in terms of esports, was a massive thing. That should have been a right. So these guys can do a video game career, and then work towards good employment further down the line when the game inevitably goes, or the quality of the player inevitably goes, because that's the thing with esports. It's still it's very reaction based and stuff like that, and not it's just the way the human body works. Reaction time's slow the older you get. But so we had that.
But
we
then
had
I'm assuming
Sorry,
a
go on.
lot of the people who would play games like that would probably end up being like a coach for gamers when they get older. It's like a football thing. It's like footballers sit there and complain, I need to get paid this much because I don't have much of a career after. Yeah, you do.
Punditry as well. I mean, that's happened on the League of Legends scene. Watching League of Legends players from 5-6 years ago, and now shoutcasters and analysts. Yeah. And some of them are even, like say, managers and even team analysts. They're actually, they're proper statisticians. They're not just gamers. So, that works. And say what you will about what's happened with Riot in the past and them as a company and the sexual abuse scandal and stuff like that. In terms of the actual tournament scene, they've got it down. They've got that going, and their communication with fans and spectators as well works.
Yeah.
It doesn't work. I mean, Blizzard were good with this, other than release dates where they would just keep saying when it's done, and that's a very viable thing for game releases and stuff. Don't give people dates that you can't promise, so just tell them you're working on it. That's fine.
Yeah.
Activision's business standpoint affects that, and it has. It's why it's led to all the mistakes. And I would say Heroes of the Storm, Diablo Immortal, the Bungie split, and then at the end of the year you lose 2 CFOs, one from Blizzard and the other from Activision, and then also telling employees you can voluntarily leave if you want, and we'll pay you a whole load of money up to a year's wages if you just leave. But I don't know how the money side of this is actually working, because I don't know how you can tell a whole bunch of people that they're going to get sacked and still pay someone $15 million for a bonus for just joining the company. I'd say that pisses me off. Personally. That sort of idea. We're getting rid of yous. Why? Are we in financial trouble?
No.
Maybe. Yeah. So, good luck to anyone, who does unfortunately, if anyone unfortunately loses their jobs, just look for. There's probably some companies that will, poach you like mad. Because say what you will, Blizzard make quality games.
Yeah.
And Activision, they make marketable games. As bad as I feel about stuff like Call of Duty and stuff, they make marketable games.
Who's the one at the minute who's getting a lawsuit? Is it Activision or?
That's Activision still, yeah.
Yeah. You think this might also be why they're putting off staff? It's like, we need to pay for this lawsuit.
Probably.
We'll get rid of this number of staff. That means we can pay for it. Yay!
Yeah. It's crap business, but yeah. So.
Well,
with that depression, we know.
The thing is, if they have to pay something, it's not always they paying in money. They can pay in shares, etc.
Did you think Bungie sat there laughing their heads off, going, "We knew this was gonna happen. We knew this was gonna happen. This is why we left."
I reckon that's why they had their. That's probably why they had that get out clause. So you know what? Good on him. It's a risky move, but. If they keep doing it,
if you think of it, Bungie leaving also probably made this happen as well.
Yeah, because
the
shareholders...
stocks would have dropped, shareholders would have gone, fuck you, we're out.
Well, shareholders want all the money, don't they? So if there's anything that causes them to lose even a chance of them getting all the money, then that's the problem. But yeah, we will keep an eye on that. And before we wrap this up, I want to go through a quick one. Valve have had the Steam Awards 2018, and they've got their winners. a lot of the games aren't actually from 2018. Actually quite old, some of them. But we'll go through them quickly. The award for Most Fun with a Machine went to Rocket League, which I think compared to the list on there, I'm sorry, that should have been Euro Truck Simulator 2, but still.
Yeah, I could have been happy with Space Engineers, Rocket League, or...
even Nier Automata, to be honest.
I never played that. Another Factorio.
Yeah. But, so there's that. Best Alternate History went to Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Other nominations were Wolfenstein 2, Hearts of Iron 4, Civilization 6, and Fallout 4. That game came out in 2018. That works.
Okay, I'll happily have it over Civilization 6.
Yeah. The Better with Friends award went to Rainbow Six Siege, beating Payday 2, Dead by Daylight, CSGO, and Overcooked 2. One of those games came out in 2018. Do you want to guess which one?
Overcooked 2.
Yep.
I was going to say, I've heard of all of them, but Overcooked 2.
Yeah. There you go. That's that. Instead of knowledge is power. We'll just answer these. Best environment went to The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, beating Subnautica, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, Far Cry 5, and Dark Souls 3. Two of those came out in 2018. 3-ish if you count Subnautica.
I played Subnautica before 2018.
So 2 then. Shadow of the Tomb Raider and Far Cry 5.
I
think Witcher is like 4 years old at the moment.
Yeah.
But then I also think Subnautica might have only just... I think I played the early access. I think its proper game got released early 2008, 19 maybe? I'm not sure.
Possible. But
I say 19, I mean 2018. Duh.
I know what you mean, don't worry about it. We all know. What else have we got here? Best developer went to CD Projekt Red, beating out Ubisoft, Bethesda. Really, Bethesda? Are people joking? Because a lot of these are like...
I think it's only down to the marketing.
Well, nominations are... Well, yeah,
why who has the most games on Steam?
Well, that's the thing. All the nominations, anyone could enter a nomination, and then, based on the nominations, everyone could then vote. Yeah. So this was all user-based.
I'm just saying that why I'm thinking CD Projekt Red won is because they clearly make a statement that if you're buying a game, you're buying the end product. You're not buying the services, etc.
Yeah, don't worry. The problem wasn't that CD Projekt Red won. It was the fact that Bethesda was even nominated.
Yeah.
So
come on, they probably put it forward for the other Fallouts.
Yeah, but then they also beat Rockstar, Digital Extremes. Nice to see they got some love for Warframe. Square Enix, Capcom, Paradox, Bandai Namco, and Clay. Who were Clay?
No idea.
We will find that. We'll find that out now, but the next nomination the next one was Labour of Love Award, which went to Grand Theft Auto 5, beating No Man's Sky, Path of Exile, Dota 2, and Stardew Valley.
Okay, I can see why it beats No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky did not develop.
It didn't come out.
It is fixed now, and it is what it promised to be. But when it first came out, and it lost so many players at the beginning because of that.
Right, okay. So Clay made Griftlands, Don't Starve Together, Oxygen Not Included, Mark of the Ninja, and other games.
Oh, we've played a few of them.
Yeah. VR Game of the Year went to the Elder Scrolls Skyrim VR, beating VR Chat, Fallout 4 VR, Super Hot VR, and Beat Saber. And why Beat Saber didn't win? I've never played it.
I like watching videos of it, though. I like watching videos of it.
Yeah,
I find that kind
awesome.
of interesting. Yeah.
But, it's a travesty. And then Game of the Year went to PlayerUnknown's Battleground, beating Monster Hunter World, Kingdom Come Deliverance, Hitman 2, and Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
I kind of saw that one coming.
Yeah, I think anyone saw that coming. Now, had Apex Legends come out beforehand?
Oh, yeah.
And been on Steam?
That's next year.
Yeah, that's next year if it goes on Steam.
Yeah.
But probably won't. But, yeah. So that's a lot of stuff that didn't come out in 2018 for stuff like that. But it's what people want to vote for. If they want to say the best game of the year was a game that they played the year before, go for it.
Best game of the year is the one on Nintendo 64.
Yeah.
Go Nintendo 64.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Yeah. Based on that, my game of the year choice for 2019 is you know what? It's
Mine's Sonic. Just plain Sonic. No, the
Yeah,
very first
actually,
Sonic game.
Yeah. Sonic the Hedgehog 1. Yeah, there we go. That's my game of the year 2019. Based on that, Darius, have you got a game of the year for 2019? You might as well do it now because you can choose any game.
Nope.
Destiny 7. Let's go to the future.
Yeah, we're now actually gonna play games that aren't that haven't even come out yet. So that'll be great. But we are gonna wrap that up for this week because that one had I'd say it's gone long. It's gone the normal amount of time.
I was gonna say this is about average for us.
Yeah.
I can go longer.
No, Darius, we're fine. We're good.
Wait, what did we forget? What did we talk about in this?
So let's see. What have we talked about? We've talked about Jesus. Oh
Come
God,
back next week. We have some sort of competition.
Come back next
going
week.
on.
We have cookies.
Yeah, we are working on something.
We can't promise
Darius
that you
is
can
deciding
have it.
Darius is deciding he's looking to be a generous soul. So there's maybe something coming up next week. So keep.
He's gonna be a generous soul. Is he selling himself to us? Is he what we win?
Competition time, guys. Competition time.
Competition time.
Because I don't feel like I need a Darius.
No, it's not. It's not Darius. It's probably something Disney related. But that's about as much.
Do I get to
spoilers
become a
as
Disney
you're gonna
princess?
You might get a glass slipper.
Is that across the head?
Woo! Hello. Yeah, no. But anyway, yeah. If you enjoyed what you listened to, please don't forget to do the likey, sharey, subscribey thing with the bell. Check out the social medias, either on the Facebook or the Twitter, or the Twitter, or the Twitter. That might be a clue.
And we're aiming for 2K thumbs down in this recording.
Yeah, 2K, thumbs down.
No, thumbs up. We're going for thumb down. We want the most hated video on YouTube.
hey, well, we've got something now. The Facebook group now has 40 odd likes now, as opposed to the 16 from last week.
Well, you need to stop making accounts and doing that.
No, it turns out me and Matt actually missed a trick in regards to actually getting people to see the stuff on the Facebook page. Of maybe inviting people to like the Facebook page. That might have been an idea.
See,
yeah.
It's different for you lot, because I work with a lot of people who are a lot older than me. I work with people who have kids and that, and they don't have games, and they don't have time to... It's like I could do it, but I'd have to try aiming it at their kids.
Do it. I bulk sent out an invite to 101 people. I got 15 responses back. As far as I'm concerned, that's over 10%.
Yeah, true.
No, that works.
And how have you got that many friends?
I know people.
You know people? You know people that know people that know people?
Yeah.
That's good. Can you get us an interview with Michael McIntyre?
Yeah. Like I say, yeah. But there, share this with your friends, your families, and even your enemies.
And even your pet dogs, because every now and then, I'm sure Jeff Vader's dog would come on and give it a hand.
Yeah. Yeah. Perfect. As long as it's not a pug.
Or a canary. Or any type of bird. That seems to always be in the podcast.
Yeah. We get that. We'll do a podcast one week where it'll just be animal sound effects.
Duncan's Animals. Welcome to Duncan Zoo!
Yeah, we'll just get it translated. Oh, what did you play? Oh, I played Human Fall Flat, but it's just tweet, 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 tweet. So...
If we do that, that has to be video only, and it would have to be subtitled. We're sorry. Yeah, it would have to be video, because we need subtitles on it.
I can translate it. You can easily put fake subtitles on. It's easy. But anyway.
What for a recording? For someone who's listening on the podcast?
Yeah, if they want to listen to birds.
They just hear tweet, 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 tweet. They don't know what they're saying, but they'll just listen to that. And woof, woof, woofity, woof, woofity, woof, woof. Every now and then Terry's cat gets involved.
Yeah, perfect. It's easy. So until the animals only podcast, And until next week, thank you very much, Darius and Steph, for joining me.
No worries.
And
Tune in next week for
We didn't join you. You joined us. We were already here.
uh-huh.
Come on,
But,
Brian, make a good announcement for it.
We'll see.
Ah.
Like I say,
Let's
we'll
get
have a look at stuff.
ready to fart.
I say, listen in next week, and that'll come up. But until next time, please don't kill each other.
Keep gaming.
Keep gaming.
Keep
Oh,
gaming.
Yeah, the better thing is, this is the first time I've just gone, I'm not helping you hide the bodies, stop it.
Yeah, so you just went with keep gaming. That works.
Just
Right.
keep gaming.
Right, cheers, humans.
Is that
and
going to
we
be our
will see you
logo
next
now?
week.
Just keep learning gaming.
Yeah.
Just need a picture of someone with the thumbs up with this. Keep gaming.